Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're doing another Khans of Tarkir Swiss draft. We opened Bear's Companion, which is a good uncommon, but I don't know if I want to devote myself to three colors right away, even though Bear's Companion is a good card. Sultai Ascendancy, not really interested in picking that. I think it's between Raider Spoils or Debilitating Injury. I guess there's also a Kill Shot, but I like that less than either of those. I'm pretty big on Raider Spoils. Debilitating Injury is removal, but Raider Spoils got some pretty good interaction with a lot of cards in this set. And if I pick it first, I feel like gives me it directs me more towards. There's a lot of warrior creatures in this form. I mean, look, Bear's Companion and Abzan Guide are both warriors, so it's already two creatures that can net you some cards. And the fact that it just buffs all your guys, I like it. So we're going to take Raider Spoils first. Huge fan of that card. Huge fan. All right. Follow-up pick. Well, Merrick Nightblade's probably the most powerful, but Mardu Horde Chief's got the best interaction with Raider Spoils. So that's definitely something to consider. Yeah, I mean, it gives you two warriors. So two guys that are both pumped and net you a card. Nightblade is, like I said, a better card. Doesn't interact as well with Raider Spoils, but I still might take it just because all your +1/+1 counter guys getting Death Touch is pretty insane. And as much as I love a good Horde Chief, I'm not sure if we need it immediately. Warden of the Eye is probably the strongest card in the pack. I'm a huge fan of that card. But not exactly the best follow-up pick after a Raider Spoils. I'm leaning towards the Nightblade, despite the fact that Horde. I think I'm going to take the Nightblade, despite the fact that Horde Chief's got better interaction with Raider Spoils. I'd rather have the Death Toucher. All right, there's a warrior here. There's also an Arc Lightning, but if I take red, I can pretty much only do Mardu. Savage Punch would limit me to Abzan. I mean, Horde Mate's fine. It is a warrior, brings stuff back. My only issue is another 4-drop. Definitely don't like picking up all the 4-drops early. But I might just do it anyway. I mean, Horde Mate's a good card. Like I said, I could take the Arc Lightning here, but then I'm definitely restricted to Mardu. Because I don't think I would splash for Arc Lightning, but Arc Lightning is a fine card. You can do some pretty awesome blowouts occasionally with it. Just not very often, but it does happen. I'm going to take the Horde Mate, I think. Alright. Seems like an easy opportunity to pick up Feat of Resistance, but pretty tempted to take this Horde Chief, not going to lie. I think I'm going to take the Feat anyway, though. Despite Horde Chief working better with Raider Spoils, Feat of Resistance works better with Merrick Nightblade. You can, and it's just, I think Feat is actually, I don't know. It's really tough to compare Feat, a trick to a creature. It's quite difficult. I really do want to take this Horde Chief, but I think Feat of Resistance is too good to pass up here. It just does some really infuriating things against your opponent. So, make an Esper deck. I don't know if that's going to work. Otherwise, not really much else. Bring Low is removal. Another 4-drop. Unexciting 4-drop removal, might I add. This is tough. I mean, Swiftwing's not really that great of a card. Not really passing anything. Shambling Attendance. I mean, it's actually, Attendance is good. Certainly not the most exciting pick here, but I think it's a better card than Swiftwing. Alright, I guess I'll take the Attendance. We'll just take it now. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. Grimar Bonkin seems fine since it's a warrior and pretty decent one at that. Alright. Bonkin it is. Let's see here. Deflecting Palm. Well, Still could end up Mardu, so Deflecting Palm seems pretty reasonable. Pretty cool rare. Alright, I like Warbehemoth. I like Tormenting Voice, especially if I'm running Delve. And, I mean, I do like Warbehemoth, but you typically can find Warbehemoth whenever you need it. I guess the same goes for Tormenting Voice, though, so... Become Immense is actually a pretty good card. I only have one pick in red so far. If I take the Become Immense, I could still end up Abzan, and I'm not really giving up anything. Because I do think Become Immense is actually a pretty awesome card, so I'm going to take that. Alright, follow-up pick. Nothing super exciting here. I think we'll just take the Summit Prowler. Because, I don't know. It's a decent card. Not really a high chance of playing it, but... Geez, Warden of the Eye tables? That's surprising. I think we're going to take the Trumpet Blast. If we end up Mardu, it'd be nice for the Ponyback Brigades. Second Attendant seems pretty unnecessary, but I guess we'll take it just in case we end up with a ton of ways to mill ourselves. Alright, I guess I can take a Banner here. I'm not really giving up anything. Wouldn't prefer to not play it, but we don't know yet. Scout the Borders. Alright, if I end up Abzan, I've got some decent Delve cards already, so there's a chance we end up Abzan and ditch the red plan. So kind of going back and forth between Mardu and I guess I would prefer to do Mardu because of the Raider spoils, but Abzan's still pretty good value. Plus I have Deflecting Palm, which can do some nasty things. Throw off your opponent's combat math in a really vicious way. Alright, I actually love the Rattleclaw Mystic. I think I can easily snap that off first. Despite it not being a warrior, any color can play it, so I don't even have to play Abzan. I can play it in a Mardu deck, and it just ramps. It's nice. Ramps and fixes. At least for red, but I guess the blue and the green would be less relevant in a Mardu deck, but I still like that card. And I think it's a better first pick than Hateblade and Skull Hunter, despite them both being warriors. Tuskguard Captain's also a warrior. Kentry Invocation's a pretty good card, but we don't have a ton of great things for it yet. So I think we just take the Mystic and be content with that. Alright, well, Incremental Growth's a pretty strong card. There's also a Sultai Scavenger, Parapet. If I take the Incremental Growth, then I mean, it's good. It's also Rush of Battle. It's also Unyielding Krumar, but those are kind of unexciting. Could take the Scavenger. It's actually a warrior, and it evades, so it's best with like Raider spoils. It's another Delve card, which is a little bit worrisome, but I think it's okay. Okay. Well, I like the Soothsayer, but I think we probably need a Palace. We have 0 fixing currently. So, definitely need to get some lands. Some people, it still amazes me that some people don't really care about fixing in this format. I think it's pretty important if you want to be able to consistently resolve your spells in your 3-color deck. I would say prioritize it fairly high. Like, what am I giving up here? Nothing too crazy. Another Scavenger probably, which would be good, but I'm going to take Ramp Fixer instead. Alright, Murderous Cut seems insane. There's also Abzan Ascendancy, though, which is pretty arguable to take here. I think we cut red, likely cut red, and then go for an Abzan plan, I think. So if I take the I probably take the Ascendancy over the Murderous Cut. Despite Murderous Cut being really good, Abzan Ascendancy can be pretty unfair, I think. It does some pretty unfair things. Just makes you super resilient. It's tough to pass a Murderous Cut, but this rare is insane. Alright, I think we take Hateblade here. Works well with the Raider spoils. Just a good dude to hold down the fort. And I'm not giving up anything, so it seems like a pretty safe pick. Alright, could take a second Bondkin. I think I want the Death Frenzy, just because it's a really good... Although there's also an Awaken the Bear, which is also good. But I probably want to be base black-white. That being said, Savage Punch is also good, but not insane in our deck. We don't have a ton of high toughness guys. I wouldn't mind getting another Warrior in Bondkin, but Death Frenzy is actually just a really good board wipe spell, I think. It can do some nasty things against your opponent. It's got a lot of high upside, I think. If we're base black-white, I think the Parapet becomes less good. A second Become Immense isn't bad, but we've got quite a bit of Delve already. Just going to make it challenging. Could take the Rush of Battle, but I'm still a little bit short on actual warriors. I think I take the Krumar here, despite it not being insanely good. It survives Death Frenzy. I can use the activated ability, and it's a warrior, so we'll take it. Second Krumar, certainly not exciting, but I'm not going to splash a Smoke Teller, so I guess we'll take it. All right, I think we're good on 4 drops at this point, so I actually need some more early game. I passed some early Mardu Horde Chiefs. I don't know if I would trade a Nightblade for a Horde Chief right now, because Nightblade still looks really insane in this deck. If you have a Nightblade out and you play Abzan Ascendancy, all of your guys gain Death Touch. And if they die, you get flying spirit dudes. So that's pretty tough to overlook, I think. All right, table the Skull Hunter. That's actually pretty good news. It's also Kin Tree Invocation, but still not all that great in our deck. Whereas Skull Hunter, I think, is exactly what we want. A third Krumar seems pretty unnecessary. But, yeah, you know what? I'm going to sideboard and erase instead. I don't need a third Krumar. I'd like some actual card advantage spells in here, but that may just not happen. Yeah, this deck needs a little bit more pizzazz. Abzan Ascendancy is pretty high upside. So, I'm just going to cut a white spell here. Ooh, alright. That's a late Hateblade. I'm pretty happy about that. Alright, we'll take a Windstorm, which is a pretty nice sideboard card, I think. Brave the Sands is playable. It's actually pretty good with Hateblades and Abzan Ascendancy. I might play it in a pinch, but for now I don't want to think about it. So, this deck needs a bit of work. It only needs 5 cards to be an actual deck. So I think we're going to make it, but I'd still like at least 2 to 3 pieces of fixing more. Radical Mystic pretty much only fixes for green as our relevant color. The fact that we have Opulent Palace and Radical Mystic, though, makes me less hesitant about playing... what was I going to say? Makes me less hesitant about playing like a Treasure Cruise or something, but I've got probably too much Delve to make that work. Savage Knuckleblade's a bad dude, but can't do anything about him. I don't think I can easily cast him. I love a Bellowing Saddle Brute, especially since it's a warrior, but I think we probably take the Abzan Charm. We're a little bit short on removal, and Abzan Charm's very versatile. It's also pretty bonkers if you can distribute counters when you have a Nightblade out. And we tabled Hateblade and Skull Hunter last time, so pretty confident we can do it again. It's also another Feat of Resistance, which I do like, but I'm going to take the Abzan Charm because I love it. It's a good versatile card. Mandrills is an ape. Swarm of Bloodflies. Insect. I think we take the Barons here. Help our mana base out whenever possible. Not really giving up too much there. Alright, could take another Barons, and we're just giving up a Patrol, which is okay, but not great. Not really giving up anything in this pack either, so let's take the Barons. 4 more cards, and we've got a deck. In a pinch, if I don't have enough playables, I can always run a Brave the Sands and maybe an Abzan Banner. But for now, we probably just need a few more creatures, and we're pretty much set. There is a Treasure Cruise, but I think I'm going to take the Woolly Loxodon, which It's a card I always like to have. Yeah, I think that's fine. I like him. There is a Treasure Cruise in here, which is good, but I'm a little bit short on playables, which makes me less attracted to it. Just Sky Charm, geez, that card's good too. Could take the Alpine Grizzly. Not a huge fan of that if green is our splash color, which it looks like it still is. And we're a bit short on removal to have an evenly distributed deck. I guess we take the Throttle. We're still a little bit creature light. I don't think I want a Defiant Strike though, really. Even though it fills our graveyard for delve cards. So does Throttle, so I'll take the removal. Well, I guess we can take a Defiant Strike now. Could take the Marty banner to splash for like Deflecting Palm, but not too excited by that. Yeah, I think we just take the Defiant Strike. That's fine. Not really too much else. Despise is actually pretty playable, but we may just want the Mandrills. I can probably play one Mandrills over a Shambling Attendance. Likely. I mean, we do have a lot of delve at this point and not a lot of ways to put stuff in the yard, which is not ideal, but otherwise it's Salt Road Patrol, which isn't bad, but I've already got so many 4-drops. And Hooting Mandrills has a chance to get cheaper if I make some early trades. I think this is a Warrior too, yeah. Woolly Loxodon is actually just great for our deck. Alright, I guess I'll take the Mandrills. It's pretty good with Becomements. It's got Trample. Alright, Kintry Warden's actually a Warrior. I could probably play it. Certainly not exciting on the splash, though. But there's really nothing else for us, so I guess I take it. Just up our Warrior count in a pinch if I need it. Yeah, I don't know if I can make double Shambling Attendance work in this deck. I probably cut one at least. Alright, we did get a Hate Blade back. There's also Bitter Revelation, but I think we're going deep on Hate Blades. Death Touch is pretty fantastic, so let's take the Hate Blade. And I guess we can probably cut a Kintry Warden for that. It's not all that great. I can play Mandrills over Shambling Attendance. Attendance is a better card, but because I don't have a lot of ways to put stuff in my yard, I probably don't want to play it. I mean, yeah, I guess. Maybe there's something else I can cut for this second Mandrills. Probably don't need the Patrol really either. Maybe I don't play the Defiant Strike. I mean, 6 mana for a 4/4 is not the worst anyway. Yeah, I guess I take this, but I'm not really playing it. Don't really need a banner. I could take a Stubborn Denial, and there is actually, between Opulent Palace and Stubborn, or Radical Mystic, I can play it. Yeah, I'm not giving up anything, whatever. I'll do it. Second Defiant Strike. There's also Abzan Banner, which I could play to help us. I'll take the Defiant Strike, I think. I like having a couple of them if I have some way to make them work, but to be honest, I don't know if I do, I guess. I don't know if I'd play the banner anyway. Alright, well, I think this is how we're going to run it, I believe. I don't know how good it is. It's okay. I mean, the Charm and Ascendancy make it quite a bit better. And actually, Radical Mystic being able to ramp helps us quite a bit too. A lot of 4-drops, which could be a problem. But I don't mind this. I mean, it looks okay. Looks alright. I wish we had more ways to put stuff in graveyards. How's our warrior count? We got 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You know, our warrior count's actually pretty good, so Raider Spoils looks nice. A little bit 4-drop heavy, but not too bad. It's only our fixing that kind of sucks. So let's take a look at our curve here. And yeah, I've got quite a few green spells actually. I think we're gonna need, oh man, we're probably gonna need like 6 sources of green, probably. Although, okay, Radical Mystic does not count as a green spell. It counts as like a colorless spell. Loxodon kind of does, but that's debatable. I mean, I do want to unmorph it at some point. I don't know. I maybe have to run Abzan Banner, get an extra green source. I think we've got enough green in the deck where that might be a good idea. Would I cut for it? I don't know. Maybe they become immense. I do like become immense, but I'm a little bit delve heavy already. I don't have a ton of tramplers, pretty much just these two. Do I want to run Banner for some green fixing? I don't know. It's tough. I guess I don't have to. I pretty much don't need green until mid to late game, so maybe we get away with 5 sources. I only need 1 green. Okay, I guess, all right. Palace plus 4 forests plus Rattleclaw Mystic is like 6 sources of green, which is a little bit light still, but I guess we're pretty close to even on white and black that we're needing. But I feel like I need white earlier though for the hate blades. So I guess we're gonna try and get away with like 6 sources of green. So this would be 8 sources black, 7, or that's 9 sources black. I think we want maybe 8 and 8. So this is 8 sources white, 8 sources black, 5, 6 sources green. It's not the worst mana base I've ever seen. It needed some help. I wouldn't have minded a little more help in the mana base, but yeah, I mean this deck's okay. We've got some card advantage potential with Raider Spoils with 10 warriors in the deck, which is a pretty decent count. Got a little bit of ramp. We've got some good Death Touchers to hold down the fort if need be. Abzan Ascendancy is quite good, as mentioned. Yeah, not too much else to say, I guess. So I think we're going to run it like this, and we'll have to see how we do. So I'll see you around 1.